Hogan returned to the squared circle, and for once in his life, he will not be looking down on his opponent, literally, but rather up into the eyes of the 7'5" Andre the Giant. Notwithstanding a match that took some 10 months in the making, the rematch that has been ordered. We make reference to the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Ken Patera, laying the championship on the line against the legendary Bruno Sammartino. At this moment, however, our guest will be the manager of Hulk Hogan, Fred Blassie. Mr. Blassie?
But man, I'm sick and tired of Andre the Giant going around saying he's going to defeat my man, Hulk Hogan. You know, it's easy to go out and say you're going to beat this guy, you're going to beat that guy, but to do it is another thing, Andre the Giant. My man, is, without a doubt, is the strongest wrestler in the world. I admit you're taller, you're heavier and all that, but where the lacking is me. That's the difference between you and I, Andre. I'm more brilliant than you, and the same thing goes for Hulk Hogan, and that's where we're going to defeat you, with this. We don't have to rely on the strength or knowledge of wrestling. This is it right here. Outsmart you, and that's very easy to do, because after we're through with you, you're going back where you came from, the sideshow freak. That's all you are. You're not a wrestler. You're nothing.
Words of wisdom from Fred Blassie, the manager of Hulk Hogan. Our guest now, Bruno Sammartino, who is some kind, as we understand, looking forward to returning to Baltimore.
That's correct, Vince. You know, you said in the beginning that it took 10 months to get this return bout signed. I'm interested to hear what the Grand Wizard and Ken Patera have to say as to why it has taken 10 months to sign for this return bout. The cold turkey facts are, Vince, and I like to see Patera deny this, but the fans in Baltimore remember well. When he and I fought the last time, 10 months ago, February the 23rd, we fought, Ken Patera again boasted that he was going to show everybody in Baltimore the superiority of Ken Patera, the supreme in power of Ken Patera, the stamina, this and that, everything. He was going to blow Sammartino right out. And what happened? When we got over there, he failed. You failed, Patera. You failed to convince people of anything. And when it got really rough, you knew that in Baltimore, if both wrestlers wound up outside the ring with automatic disqualification, and you grabbed me by the leg and dragged me out because you knew it was automatic. That's what happened, Vince. And the bout was stopped because those were the rules in Maryland. Now, I understand this, I don't know for sure, but I will find out because I will talk to the commissioners in Maryland. But I understand that they put pressure on Patera in finding out that he wasn't so anxious to sign for this bout. And it's a shame that it took so long, because the people in Baltimore deserve to see this bout and see it come to have a definite outcome as to who's the better man, Patera or Sammartino. The match has been signed. We're going to be there, and I'm happy. I'm ecstatic about it, and I like to hear what the big mouth of the Wizard and Patera have to say about it.
Thank you very much. Bruno Sammartino, ladies and gentlemen, obviously looking forward to returning in Baltimore, wondering why it took so long for this return match to have been signed. Coming into view now, the Grand Wizard, along with Ken Patera, the Olympian. Ken Patera, the greatest weightlifter in the history of the United States. You could go on and on and on extolling the virtues of Ken Patera, but even so, perhaps they would fall just a little bit short as compared to the virtues of one Bruno Sammartino.
McMahon, it all depends in whose eyes you are looking. All I know is my great champion, my Intercontinental Champion, Ken Patera, has made history and is in all the record books. I don't even want to discuss his greatness as against Bruno's publicity. As far as the match 10 months being signed, we signed a contract the night that the last match was held, and Chicken Little Sammartino refused to meet him because he knew that Patera was better. Is that right, champion of the world?
Truer words were never spoken. You know, Bruno, there was no, let me start over again. There was no doubt in our minds that you were a beaten man, because I told the people and I told you that when I met you in Baltimore, I was going to out-muscle you, out-wrestle you, out-think you, and defeat you. And I did all three of those, and I'm going to do it twice just to prove my point.